This video is presented by Columbus Park Center for Eating Disorders. If you've ever had the experience of feeling out of control of your eating or often think to yourself, why can't I stop eating? We're glad you found this clip and hope you find it helpful. Do you feel like food controls you? That you think about food most of the day? Do you sometimes eat large quantities of food even if you're not hungry or if you're feeling full? You might say that you just need more self-discipline or self-control, but that's not the case at all. You're not alone. Overeating and binge eating are way more common than you can imagine, impacting millions and millions of people across the globe. So why does it feel like sometimes you can't stop eating? First, if you're experiencing extreme hunger, it'd be good to go check in with your doctor. It's not at all common, but certain endocrine and metabolic issues can lead to increased hunger. Some medications can also have an impact on appetite, so let's just be sure that's not the case for you. Brace yourself, this may shock you. More often than not, an overeating problem is a direct response to an undereating problem. The single biggest trigger to overeating is skipping meals or eating too little throughout the day. If you haven't had enough to eat and then finally get access to food, you're vulnerable to eating faster, with less attention, and in larger quantities. Physically, your body just wants and needs more food. Being overly hungry is dangerous territory. Also, if you often restrict your eating or keep certain pleasurable foods off limits, it's just human nature to eventually overeat on those very items. Most often, the foods people binge on are the foods they don't allow themselves when they're not binging. It's really important to note that if your weight is down and in a range that's lower than where your body needs to be to thrive, you could end up with increased hunger and urges to binge. It's really your body's way of taking care of you and telling you that it needs more energy to function. Typically, once weight is back in a healthy range, the binge urges go away. Emotions, especially negative emotions, are very common triggers to binge eating. The truth is that food can be a really soothing and pleasurable way to cope with our feelings. It becomes problematic if eating becomes the primary way that we cope with our emotions. If this video resonated with you and you've been considering eating disorder treatment, give us a call so we can navigate next steps together.